I know you're thinking this is stupid, right? You're paying $250,000 for a piece of cardboard, and you're right. Pokemon is blowing up. I have no doubt in my mind this card will be worth $1 million between 2 and 3 years from now.
The year just kicked off, and Logan Paul's already tangled up in fresh drama. What's wild is that this whole mess actually started years ago. Remember back in 2022 when Logan suddenly got obsessed with Pokémon trading cards? Yeah, that era when he was dropping insane cash just to collect them.
I'll keep harping on it. Stop making fun of NFTs. People like, yo, it is important technology, and I think it's will become more and more prominent in our
That's also lives. Just one part of NFTs.
One part.
There's so much about it. It's amazing.
You're probably thinking, seriously? Who spends a fortune on pieces of cardboard? And honestly, you're not wrong. But Pokémon cards were exploding in value, and Logan was convinced he was sitting on a gold mine. He kept saying those cards could hit $1 million in just a couple years.
They would be allowing users to obtain fractional shares of trading cards and other memorabilia, including NFTs.
So he went all in, spending millions hunting for rare Charizards, sealed packs, and other hyped-up collectibles.
Marketplace uses tokens as a way to buy, sell, and trade ownership of a physical item on blockchain. These specific tokens issue smart contracts, which represent co-ownership in the underlying asset. Tokenization is what allows us to fractionalize and digitize the ownership of physical assets. We authenticate the asset and appraise it. The appraisal price is how we determine the number of tokens the asset will be split into. The total number of tokens is equal to the value of that asset.
And let's not forget, this came right after the whole NFT craze and his messy Crypto Zoo project. That one blew up in his face big time, leading to massive scandals and lawsuits that still haunt his name today.
Now you can just buy a token on Liquid Marketplace to own high-value, top-tier assets that you cannot get anywhere else, right? Like, these are the best assets in the world.
And trust me, this story just keeps getting messier. Everyone was agreeing back then. Yeah, makes sense, totally agree, because it actually did seem like a smart move.
What's up, y'all? Logan here. As an avid collector and strategic investor myself, I am so stoked to announce the launch of Liquid Marketplace, a platform where collectors can buy and sell fractions of rare collectibles via tokens on the blockchain. As a co-founder of Liquid Marketplace, I believe we're set to level the playing field by allowing anyone to own a piece of the world's rarest collectibles. Liquid Marketplace will curate a collection of highly sought-after items available in our ecosystem where users can buy in to be a partial owner. We'll keep the collectibles safe in our Liquid Marketplace vault, and when you're ready, you can buy, sell, and trade your portion of ownership with other members.
At that time, Logan was clearly trying to pivot towards something real, something you could actually hold in your hands. The NFT scene was already crumbling, and people were starting to realize the ugly truth. It was mostly smoke and mirrors. Investors were left clutching nothing but digital pictures that had no real value.
Go sign up today, build your dream collection, and own a piece of the rarest collectibles in the world on Liquid Marketplace.
So when Logan started stacking up tangible assets like Pokémon cards instead of chasing flashy JPEGs, on the surface it looked like a genius decision. Nobody saw the twist coming.
This is the thing of nightmares. We may change or revise any aspect of these terms or the platform from time to time in our sole discretion by posting the revised terms on the platform or electronically sending you the revised terms. We change the rules when we want to. I guess it applies immediately. You acknowledge and agree that the form and nature of the platform and any part of it may change from time to time without prior notice to you, and that we may add new features and change any part of the platform at any time without notice. You agree that we shall not be liable to you or any third party for any modification or termination of the platform or your account. You agree that Liquid Marketplace is not liable for any losses you may incur as a result of or associated with any transaction delays or unavailability.
And that's where things start to get real interesting. Honestly, at first, it looked like one of Logan's smartest moves ever. But then, something flipped. His business gears started spinning again, and before long, he jumped right back into another sketchy-looking venture.
I want to do the biggest Pokemon and TCG auction ever. I will give you a piece of every single thing that we sell in that auction. We'll make that lot number one. So if I have a $25 million auction and you're getting a piece of it, it's like a royalty, right? I mean, you know, it's free money.
My heart tells me to do this deal with you, and so I will do the deal with you.
Great.
Now give me that.
This is where Liquid Marketplace enters the picture, a flashy new project that claimed it would let everyday people own fractional shares of high-end collectibles, trading cards, and even NFTs.
There is one trading card that's the holy grail of the Pokémon game. A card that represents what Pokémon wouldn't be without. The coveted Pikachu Illustrator. This card became one of the most sought-after trading cards ever. Collectors were traveling near and far to get their hands on it. Logan Paul made it his mission to own the only copy of the card that received a PSA 10 rating, or completed a sale, making it the most expensive card in the world. Co-ownership of this card means that you're not just a partial owner of the world's most expensive trading card, you would own a piece of history. So, avid collectors, Pokemon lovers, people who just want bragging rights, the time is now. This opportunity is once in a lifetime, and we at Liquid Marketplace are offering it.
I am listing my one-of-one PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator on Liquid Marketplace. LiquidMarketplace.io to buy and to co-own the only one-of-one PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator in the world. So instead of me being the only person in the world who owns this card, we as a collective can own it together.
Liquid Marketplace was all about using crypto-style tokens to buy, sell, and trade pieces of real physical items, stuff you could actually touch.
Wow. My whole life. You got it.
These tokens were tied to smart contracts, which supposedly meant you were a co-owner of the item locked behind the blockchain. Basically, they were turning rare cards and memorabilia into digital slices you could invest in. Here's how it was pitched. They'd authenticate each item, appraise its value, and then split that value into a set number of tokens. The total amount of tokens equaled the worth of the item. Sounds futuristic, right?
But I think being the rarest, most valuable card in the world, there's only one of them. One in a PSA 10, you see the label up there, meaning it's perfect.
And on paper, the idea was genius. It made expensive collectibles feel reachable. Regular folks who couldn't drop millions on rare Pokémon cards or iconic memorabilia could suddenly claim a fraction of them, just like buying fractional stock shares on platforms like Robinhood. It all looked sleek, modern, and full of promise, but beneath that shiny surface, something wasn't adding up.
We as a collective can co-own it together. I'll also be listing it for $5 million instead of the $5.3 million I bought it for. So basically, I'll be giving you guys $300,000 discounts because everyone likes discounts.
Now, instead of needing a fortune, you could just grab a token on Liquid Marketplace and instantly own a piece of a high-value collectible. The pitch was wild. These weren't just any random assets. They were hyped as the best in the world.
As a co-founder of Liquid Marketplace.
What's up, y'all? So you may have seen me introduce myself as a co-founder of Liquid Marketplace.
This card couldn't be bought. It was earned.
Everyone was told they could finally get their hands on top-tier treasures that were once totally out of reach. And remember, this was during the same time even big names like the NBA were deep in the digital collectible game.
Here it is. Here's the current status, the current bio here. Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe it's all just a coincidence. But if we go back in time, the most recent screenshot that we had was October 14th. And sure enough, co-founder at Liquid Marketplace. If you went to the homepage, you get this nice little co-own with Logan Paul banner right up in the top with the own everything. They don't make very many changes to their website. So this is definitely an odd one. But if we look at it now, nothing. We got own anything. And the Logan Paul advertising from the main page here, she gone.
They launched their famous Moments series, where fans could literally buy the digital rights to iconic plays, like a LeBron James dunk or a Steph Curry three-pointer. Some of those clips were selling for over $200,000, and the platform was seeing more than $200 million in trades every month. That's insane. So by then, people all around the world were hooked on the idea of virtual ownership. It felt like the future, and with Logan leading the charge for Liquid Marketplace, still managing to keep his image mostly clean online, besides that old Japan scandal, many folks trusted him. They believed this was the next big money move.
I would love to keep this for myself, to be honest, but the idea of a community getting to co-own it together and blowing up the platform that I co-founded, Liquid Marketplace, was way more exciting.
And Logan himself was hyping it up big time. He even dropped a promo video saying, "What's up, everyone? Logan here." As an avid collector and strategic investor, I'm so stoked to announce the launch of Liquid Marketplace, a platform where collectors can buy and sell fractions of rare collectibles using tokens on the blockchain. The energy was high, the marketing looked solid, and people were ready to invest, but nobody realized what was really about to go down. Logan came in strong, declaring, "As a co-founder of Liquid Marketplace, I believe we're about to level the playing field." He promised that anyone could finally own a piece of the world's rarest and most exclusive collectibles. The pitch was clean. Liquid Marketplace would handpick a collection of the most sought-after items out there, all available inside their sleek ecosystem. Users could buy in and become partial owners of these high-end treasures. He went on to explain that every collectible would be stored safely inside the Liquid Marketplace vault. Yeah, an actual high-security vault. Once your share was locked in, you could buy, sell, or trade your portion anytime with other users on the platform. It sounded like the future of collecting, and the promo made it look elite. In the launch video, Logan flexed some of their headline assets, a PSA 8 Pikachu Illustrator card, a sealed box of vintage Pokémon cards, and several rare NBA trading cards, all worth millions of dollars. Then came the big sales pitch. Go sign up today, build your dream collection, and own a piece of the rarest collectibles in the world on Liquid Marketplace. It was bold, flashy, and convincing, but looking back now, that's where the cracks really started to show. Now remember, all of this went down back in the summer of 2022, and even then, the trading card community wasn't exactly buying into the hype. Collectors were raising eyebrows, and one YouTuber in particular, Rattle Pokémon, was on Logan's case from the very beginning. He didn't hold back, constantly warning people that Liquid Marketplace could end up being the next crypto zoo disaster. Rattle pointed out a bunch of sketchy details hidden in the fine print, calling out the vague terms and shady flexibility the company gave itself. He wasn't exaggerating. Some of those terms sounded like a total nightmare. For example, the platform literally stated, "We may change or revise any aspect of these terms or the platform at our sole discretion by posting the revised terms or sending them electronically." In other words, they could switch up the rules whenever they felt like it. And it continued, "You acknowledge and agree that the platform may change at any time without prior notice, and that we may add or remove features whenever we choose." Basically, they were saying, we run this how we want, and you can't do anything about it. And it didn't stop there. They even added a clause saying, Liquid Marketplace is not liable for any losses you may incur as a result of or associated with any transaction delays or unavailability. So yeah, that meant if anything went wrong, if trades froze, money disappeared, or the site went down, you were completely out of luck. No refunds, no accountability, just vibes. The red flags were waving from day one. Fast forward 3.5 years later, and guess what? The whole situation has circled right back around to bite Logan Paul hard. It all reignited when he dropped a brand new video announcing something massive. He was selling his most prized Pokémon card, a PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator, for a jaw-dropping $5.3 million. But that wasn't all. He also mentioned a special royalty deal tied to a $25 million auction, claiming fans could actually get a slice of the action. In his video, he hyped it up like this: "I want to do the biggest Pokémon and TCG auction ever. I'll give you a piece of every single thing we sell in that auction. We'll make that lot number 1. So if I have a $25 million auction and you're getting a piece of it, it's like royalty, right? It's free money. My heart tells me to do this deal with you, and so I will do the deal with you." Then, after a dramatic pause, he added with a grin, "Great, great, now gimme that." At first, it sounded like just another over-the-top Logan moment, but when people connected the dots, things got ugly fast. Because here's the twist, this wasn't just any random sale. That exact Pikachu Illustrator card had been the crown jewel of Liquid Marketplace. Back when the platform first launched, one of its biggest selling points was the fractional ownership of that very card. They'd called it the Holy Grail of Pokémon, the ultimate collectible that symbolized the entire legacy of the franchise. The marketing hyped it to the moon, saying collectors from around the world were chasing it, and Logan himself made it his personal mission to own the only PSA 10 copy in existence. So now, with him suddenly announcing a private $5.3 million sale of that same card, investors and collectors started asking serious questions. How could he sell something that was supposed to be fractionally owned by thousands of people on Liquid Marketplace? The timing, the money, and the story behind it, it all started to look way too suspicious. When the sale finally went through, they proudly declared it the most expensive trading card in the entire world. Liquid Marketplace hyped it up like crazy, saying that co-owning this card didn't just mean owning part of a collectible, it meant owning a piece of history. They pushed the dream hard, promising that this was the moment for passionate collectors, lifelong Pokémon fans, and anyone craving bragging rights. Their message was clear and dramatic. This opportunity is once in a lifetime, and we at Liquid Marketplace are offering it now. And they didn't stop there. The company blasted this promotion everywhere, using Logan Paul's face and name non-stop across their ads, social posts, and videos to sell the hype. Logan himself even joined in, saying, "I am listing my one-of-one PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator on liquidmarketplace.io. You can now buy in and co-own the only PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator in the world." He painted it like a community dream come true, adding, "Instead of me being the only person in the world who owns this card, we as a collective can own it together." It sounded powerful and inclusive, like a revolutionary idea where fans could stand shoulder to shoulder with Logan Paul himself. But now, with everything that's come to light, those same words feel a lot less inspiring and a whole lot more suspicious. But here's where things started spiraling out of control. After Logan's big announcement about selling the Pikachu Illustrator card for $5.3 million, people who had invested through Liquid Marketplace began speaking up, loudly. They were confused, frustrated, and demanding answers. How could he sell a card that was supposed to be collectively owned by hundreds, maybe even thousands of investors? Screenshots started flooding social media, posts, receipts, and clips from old promo videos showing Logan proudly promoting that exact card as co-owned on Liquid Marketplace. Investors were tagging him non-stop, saying things like, "Wait, didn't we own part of that card? And so where's our cut?" The internet went wild. Forums and Discord servers blew up with debates, theories, and accusations. Some people believed Logan had secretly pulled his card out of the platform, while others thought Liquid Marketplace had quietly changed its rules again. Either way, the transparency everyone had been promised suddenly vanished. To make things worse, when people tried to check their dashboards or tokens on the site, some claimed the card's listing had mysteriously disappeared or was suddenly marked as inactive. No clear announcement, no email updates, nothing, just silence. Then, when reporters reached out for clarification, Liquid Marketplace's official statement didn't help at all. It was vague, full of corporate talk, and avoided the main question: who actually owned the card? Fans who once supported Logan's vision felt betrayed. What was supposed to be a revolutionary way for collectors to share in the ownership of history now looked more like another tangled web of hype and confusion. The whole thing left people asking the same question: was this just bad business or something way shadier hiding beneath the surface? By the time more details started coming out, the situation had turned into a full-blown storm. Investigators and online sleuths began digging deep, uncovering inconsistencies between what Liquid Marketplace had promised and what was actually happening behind the scenes. People started comparing blockchain data, tracking the original ownership tokens, and the results were shocking. Some tokens linked to the Pikachu Illustrator card seemed inactive or even missing. Collectors who once felt proud to say they co-owned a $5 million card now felt scammed and blindsided. One investor even claimed, "My wallet still shows the tokens, but they're worthless now. There's no card to back them up." That single comment sparked another wave of outrage online. And the silence from Logan Paul made everything worse. For weeks, he didn't directly address the accusations. No apology, no clarification, just silence while the internet picked everything apart. Meanwhile, Liquid Marketplace's social media accounts were deleting comments and restricting posts from users asking tough questions. It all looked shady, too shady. Then, reports surfaced that several other high-value collectibles listed on the platform might also have been removed or reassigned without proper notice. That sent the community into chaos. What started as one card controversy now looked like an entire business model cracking at the seams. Some fans defended Logan, saying maybe he'd been misled by the company too. Others weren't buying it, arguing that his face and name were all over the marketing, so there was no way he didn't know. The debate got messy fast, and what used to be admiration turned into outrage. At that point, everyone wanted the same thing: transparency. People wanted proof of where their money went, who actually owned what, and whether the most expensive card in the world was even still connected to Liquid Marketplace at all. The truth was starting to leak out, but not fast enough. As pressure kept building, Logan finally broke his silence, and wow, his response only made things even messier. He posted a video addressing the drama, insisting that he didn't scam anyone and that everything tied to Liquid Marketplace was 100% legitimate. He said the sale of the Pikachu Illustrator card was separate from any fractional ownership tied to the platform, but that explanation didn't sit right with investors, who immediately started tearing it apart. In his statement, Logan claimed the card I sold was mine, personally owned, not connected to Liquid Marketplace operations, but the internet wasn't buying it. Countless clips resurfaced showing him promoting that same exact card as part of Liquid Marketplace's catalog. The inconsistency was impossible to ignore, and the comment sections across all his social media blew up instantly. People flooded Twitter, TikTok, and Reddit with side-by-side comparisons, his old promo videos versus his new explanation. It looked bad, really bad, and as fans demanded receipts and blockchain proof, neither Logan nor the Liquid Marketplace team came forward with clear answers. Meanwhile, other YouTubers jumped into the chaos, dissecting every angle of the scandal. Some claimed Logan might have quietly bought back the card from the platform before selling it, but there was no record of that ever happening. Others believed the card was never truly fractionalized at all, that it was all smoke and mirrors used to boost hype. The whole thing spiraled fast, and what started as one simple clarification video ended up reigniting the entire controversy. Now, with everyone questioning Logan's honesty and Liquid Marketplace's integrity, the situation had officially hit a breaking point, and people were starting to wonder, was this just another influencer misstep or the unraveling of something way bigger? And that's where things stand for now. This entire Liquid Marketplace fiasco has the internet buzzing, and the Pokémon community is in total chaos. With the big auction rumored to happen in February and that mysterious Netflix episode still on the horizon, who knows what kind of twists are coming next? Every day, new details seem to surface, and honestly, it's getting harder to tell what's real and what's just more hype. Collectors are furious, investors are demanding answers, and Logan Paul's reputation is hanging by a thread. Some say this could be the final straw for him in the trading card world, but others think he'll somehow flip the script again like he always does. Whatever happens next, it's definitely not over yet. But what do you think? Was this all just a huge misunderstanding, or is something way more serious going on behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. I want to hear what you think about this whole Liquid Marketplace mess. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay in the loop with everything happening in the Pokémon and influencer world, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. You already know it's about to get even crazier out there. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, stay sharp, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.